Right, I was actually finished for the day, but I've noticed the monthly Blitz arena is on, so I'm just going to play a game in this just so I've taken part. What is that? 800 players so far, very good. So 2107, good luck. It is 5 minutes this, so no need to play too quickly. Oh, we've not played before, have we? Wow, 5,000 games per opponent, that's very impressive. What do I want to do? I'm just going to leave the bishop behind the pawns this game because he's got the scope to develop his own dark squared bishop. I might regret it now, of course. Do I go for a structure like this? Why not? It's only a game, isn't it? Let's go forward and see what he does. I'm going to go with the queen. I might take a risk and go forward. Why not? I mean, it's dubious at best, but it's still something, isn't it? Actually, can I just push here? Queen check. Let's get the king out of the way, just lining up a push. Or maybe knight around the corner, but yeah, he's got that knight. I'm going to really gamble here and just push on, but I need to be able to guard this pawn before I push, so I could have just blundered, of course, but just winding up for the day. Passing a little bit of time, but yeah, if I can't guard this pawn, I can't really push this one. I'm going to play a bishop up to try and come down. I'm not quite sure what the target is there, unless he's trying to fly down the board or something. I might even get the bishop here now and help guard the pawn, but there is two knights attacking it. Let's come here. Okay, let's go here then and try and line up the push. It still doesn't work actually, does it? Let's trade a rook then maybe. I guess I've got knight across first. Ah, knight across, knight in, and I guard my pawn a second time. I need two more moves if I can get them. I mean, you can easily challenge as well, so it's not easy. But if I could just get this in and guard that pawn, I can push this one. My opponent will know that, they'll know what I'm trying to do. The pawn up could be very strong if we can just get there. Yeah, queen across, logical, so do I have to do this? Is knight up a move? Actually, it kind of gives me a tempo, doesn't it? Because I'm attacking the queen and I've already guarded my pawn. So it might give me a tempo for what I'm looking for, but I'm assuming my opponent must be aware of my basic idea because I haven't got many ideas here. It's relatively obvious plan what I'm aiming for. But knight across, if I can then guard the knight, and just try and march a pawn down the board. That's what I'm trying to do. Get the cursor off the board so there's no accidental slips there. What's black's plan? Yeah, knight forward, that's a bit annoying, isn't it? Although, you've got to be able to still guard your knight. I guess you've got queen back. No, but then takes, I just grab the knight, right? You've got to be careful here with black. Because here I just push up, here I just trade, so he's got that. But now I can just push on, can't I? Because there's only one knight attacking. I'm going to do it now. Because he'd moved the other knight out of the way. I guess you can put the knight back, but then I can jump across anyhow. He's pushed on, so do I have to... Oh, I can't take. What the heck? Okay. Let's just come forward and try and push quickly then. Down, obviously I've got to abandon all this side now. Queen takes now, takes, pawn down. Not sure. I mean, I triple stack. Currently I quad stack the d1 square. Two rooks, knight and queen. How many moves does a queen need? 1, 2, 3 to get back. And I need 1, 2, 3 to get up. Yeah, logical move. So I'll have to go across. But if I just push on pawn up, queen up, I mean, like I say, it's glaringly obvious what I'm trying to do. Whether it actually works is another matter. If that knight moves, takes, doesn't feel so effective. And maybe there's a defense, maybe there's a perfectly good defense. Maybe there's something there, maybe the king can run. Because if I can get my opponent low enough on the clock, I can try and switch the plan and try and just play the clock rather than the position. Yeah, rook down. No, I'm not sure I want to play b4 and attack the knight because it might put the knight back to a better square. So I'm just looking at the obvious pawn up. But what's white's plan there? Again, takes or just take, right? So what's black's plan? So up, and we hit the pawn. I mean, surely knight takes, I just simply take. So the queen's gone back. Okay. So takes is actually annoying. That is really annoying actually, isn't it? Done very, very well there. So let's bring the bishop up, shall we? Bishop hits the pawn as well. So now 3 attack the pawn and 2 defend. If I hit the knight though, the knight just goes back to a nice square. So if I maybe deal with this advanced pawn, because that's very dangerous. Or it just takes. Okay. This feels wrong to me from black. It feels wrong. Doesn't mean it is, but there must be some sort of way to crash through eventually. You know, double the rooks up. Can I maybe route the bishop something like this and chase the queen? Yeah, the knight covers right now, of course. Yeah, comes forward, so... hold on, can I actually hit the knight there? Takes, rook up. Takes in and you guard it. Okay, let's just double then. If I can just get the rooks doubled up, that looks difficult to defend. Doesn't mean it is, but it looks it. But I've got my own back rank to deal with. But I've only got the light squares to really play with unless I try and sack an exchange. Okay, do I have to trade now? Down, takes, that would be good. If pushes, I think I just take. Then I've always got this, like I say, the potential to double up and sack the 2 rooks for queen and pawn. King up, again, could be a really good move. Rook up, rook across is annoying. Yeah, I need to play... I need another plan, don't I? Mind you, takes... I need to bail out somehow here. I don't quite see how. I'm going to try and get rid of this annoying rook. I'm going to play the position and the clock over the mate threat now. Happy to trade. Okay, I guess I'll have to. No, I'm going to come forward again and keep pressure on the pawn. I'll try to keep pressure on the pawn. Let's hit the knight. Whoa, knight forward. What the heck? I'm looking at this. I know the bishop hangs. I'm looking at rook up. I'm going to drop back and try and go here. It's a very tricky position, but we're up on the clock. But you can tell we're playing a strong opponent at my level. Well, that's the pawn that I wanted. Now we're just crashing through. That's why I left the rook there. Oh, there's actually a forced checkmate here, I think. Check, takes, check and mate. It's actually a forced mate, isn't it? That's a very nice finish. That's why I left the rook there, just that one simple mistake. But if you drop back, we can actually give up the rook. Take. Actually, no, we can't, can we? I'd lose my queen as well. I'm confusing myself. Good job my opponent didn't play on there. I thought it was a forced checkmate, but let's see what it actually was. We've got 39 moves, so they're the move times for both players there. Opponent's going really crazy fast out of the opening. Let's see how the engine says we actually played it. There was definitely a win at the end there somewhere, but yeah, I've blundered a few times. Like here we're definitely better. So we've been better all level, apart from, say, -1 in this position. So we've made a mistake or a blunder here. Rook behind the pawn was a blunder. What should we have done? Oh, we can just ignore it and sack the rook and just push straight away. And maybe the queen's that extra step away. But it's still only +1, it says. So, that's very risky, isn't it? That's very risky to do. So I don't mind that blunder so much, even though it's a blunder. In this position, rook to d7 was a mistake. We should have doubled our rooks up there, apparently. Then in this position, we must have blundered again. Yeah, dropping the rook back is a blunder. And what should have happened? Just gone one square. We should have just gone one square. Or we should have played the other rook up and just left it there. So we've blundered it again. So we're just essentially, what is it? We're -1 again, and that's the worst that we were. But immediately opponent just blunders back. Rook to d8. So trades was good. Rook up again is another blunder. We should have just played the very quiet queen to f3, chasing the rook. Okay. Then in this final position, of course, that queen's just a blunder, allowing us to crash through. Good job my opponent didn't play it too quickly though, because here obviously it's obvious, just check and make next move. But here, I thought there might be a fancy rook sack takes and queen in, but there's nothing actually guarding the square. So we would just king here, just queen takes, you know, just in the same way. And then there's lots of different ways to checkmate, so something must work. But it's still a good game though. Now what were the figures? So it shows you the figures difficult to get some games. 81% versus 71 on the accuracy, and the CPL is 44 and 73, just because we've got some blunders each there. But a good game though.